I don't have much to share. It seems like some of the experiences have slowed down a little bit, which is okay. But I will share a little bit of kind of what I've been getting intuitively, and that is I've been encouraged to look at the idea of the id or the it or in the subconscious mind and the pleasure principle. I've been seeing a lot of stuff like that, and it's actually been coming up in in the little bit of dream visions that I've had. And I remember it was even in one of the books that Duane had written. Rebazar was, I think it was book 3. Um, Rebazar was telling Duane that within the kind of human consciousness or within these kind of bodies that we have, there's that very primitive pleasure principle, and then we also have that id or the it, which is part of our unconscious mind and certain things like that. And I've been getting encouraged to sort of study that and sort of look at that and just sort of how you say, maybe there's something there that I need to face. So that's kind of what I've been going through, just a little bit of that. So thank you.
Yeah, Jeremy, as you read these things, the information is for your mind, and then you as the objective view, the real you, take a look at this, okay, and you note that, you see what's going on with these words and ideas. And yeah, as long as we're here, we're constantly facing everything. It's not that we just, it's this or that or whatever. No, we're facing everything. We're facing all life every moment. That's real. And so, the average person thinks in the terms of, their desires, their pleasures, their wants, their likes, their dislikes, whatever, that it be separate from that. No, it's everything. So you're always facing everything, and every moment you're deciding. But see, the average person doesn't think along those terms. They think about just what they want and what they can do and what they want to do, etc. See, they're always in motion, forward motion. And yeah, of course we consider those things. But for the average person, that is all there is for them. They don't see anything else. And so constantly dealing with people doesn't matter, and even the seers here or whatever, they're always asking me questions. It's like they're going to get an answer to what's really going on. And the only way to really get your own answers is to learn to face everything, no matter what it is. Figure things out, face it, whatever, like Sherlock Holmes or whatever. You just constantly face it and figure it out. That's why we're here, because life is endless. And again, it's not going to happen in a few weeks or a month or a couple of years. It's ongoing. It's endless. And so you also have to relate to the personal self and those means also. And for most people, they don't want to do that because they want what they want now. That comes first. And so, yeah, this part that we call the unconscious mind, these terms really confuse us. I don't really go into that part anymore too much, a little bit, but really I'd rather focus on a person being intuitive and just take care of all that. In other words, you just intuitively see what's going on while you're in your personal self, because you need that intuition, and the real you becomes the objective viewpoint as a comparison to something else. But you have to at least start to see the true reality, which is invisible, so that you do have that comparison. And for the longest time, people don't have that, and so this is why they're always looking for answers, because they don't have that. They're just dealing with their personal mind, asking the questions. And so when they, ask their guru or master or authority or whatever, they get an answer. And so, again, that's the personal self wanting to be self-satisfied. And so it feels good. Well, I got my answer. God gave me the answer. And really, there's no such thing. It's that you are from moment to moment, and look at all the experiences you've had moment to moment. You're having that experience for that time. And it's kind of like getting mad or upset, but then the next moment you're okay. And does life care? No. And so this subconscious part or whatever. In other words, in the books, these are like going to grade school and high school. And yeah, you gain the information, you learn to read and write, etc. But it's learning to really see through all of it, really see what's going on because of the words and how they've been constructed and put together, etc. And no matter how they're arranged, the essence life is always the same. No matter what we do here, the sun still shines the same. It doesn't affect it at all. None of this affects life. The only effect that we're experiencing is what we produce for ourselves to be able to recognize this, recognize something more. First of all, we learn to see what's going on in creation, so we note that, and then learn to recognize its invisible reality and how is it that we relate to that and can incorporate that in our life. So creation, we do things with creation. It's in the doing position. With the isness life is, no, it's not about that. It's about seeing and being. It's about, and continually recognizing each new moment. It's different, and there are no answers, this or that. But yes, it's good to study these things and look at them, so you have a basis there. Also, that you have a basis of knowledge that you can relate to others here, because most people, they're chasing knowledge. They think knowledge is the answer. Well, it is. It's part of the puzzle, but it's not all of it. It's a very, very small piece. And eventually, you don't need it when you have your intuitive awareness, etc., in this position in creation. That's a lot more fun. Just like the birds, they don't read books and do all this stuff, but people do, and it's okay. So figuring that out and how that works. And you'll see that really the unconscious part is really the intuitiveness of each of us to simply recognize. So when it's referred to unconscious, it means that the person is just not paying attention or is just not aware that it's taking place. But all of a sudden, as they become more intuitive, they start to see what's happening with these five bodies. This is the interesting part. So I see myself as I've gone through this since when Paul was here, etc., at an early age, and on up through this and whatever. And it's like endless steps, endless new moments of gathering all this. And you can't just give it to somebody. So each person gets the hints here. The books are really hints and as to what's going on. And then, but it's good to hear that you and others, you take an interest in this, because I see that it's in the doing here, and that it's qualifying yourself to be able to present it to others. Because the whole idea here really is, and for the most part, we haven't been told this, and that is to forget yourself. Forget this little thing, because it's on automatic. You already know what to do. You don't even have to think about it. It does what it does. You're operating it. Just like when you're driving a car, you're not thinking about it. You're not thinking that, oh, I got to make a right turn here. I got to turn the wheel a little bit, whatever. No, you're not doing any of that. You're just really seeing and being the road, because you already know how to drive. You see? So when people hear that, they're thinking that, oh, I've got to just sit in darkness and forget myself. No, that's not the idea at all. That's as you let that little self go, because it's already going, you focus on something else that you can see and that you don't know. And as you continue to do that, all of a sudden you'll start to see what's going on. Yeah, that's the fun part. And so again, that's the idea I use, is that I collect the knowledge or whatever I need so as to prepare to present it to others and to redo it so that it's in a reference to something more real than just the good and bad or situations that are happening on the planet. Now, one of the things that I'm doing is that there's this thing called geopolitics that I subscribe to their emails, and they send them to me, and they have all these different features going on with the BRICS and the system and how fake the COVID is and all these things. And so they send me different emails during the day, and then there's always a part to comment on. And so I say certain things, a little bit far off, but certain things, and then I write by Duane the Great Writer, and I place the comment just to put it out there. I don't really say, oh, you know, you shouldn't do this, or this is bad, or whatever. No, I don't say that. It's not in that category. It's in something. It's in a position of relating something to people so that they get a better view to make their own decision about it and learn to see it. That's how I try and say it, according to the words, etc. So yeah, I know that's a lot, Jeremy. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.